Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how a simple law of physics, something you probably haven't thought about in years, actually holds the key to the greatest comeback of your life. And what's wild is, once you see this, you're going to start seeing it everywhere, especially in your own daily habits. Okay, so let's dive right in. It all starts with a concept you probably remember from high school physics: inertia. It's pretty simple, right? A soccer ball isn't going anywhere until you kick it. And once it's rolling, it's going to keep rolling until the grass or the net stops it. But what if this isn't just about objects? Well, the whole idea we're digging into today is that this physical law is secretly running your life. It's this invisible force that's either keeping you stuck on the couch or it's propelling you forward with what feels like unstoppable momentum. So you have to ask yourself, which way is my inertia pointing right now? To figure out how to get moving, we first have to get real about the forces that are holding us still, or worse, pulling us backward. And we always blame ourselves, right? I lack motivation, or I just don't have the willpower. But the real culprits might be way more subtle. The everyday things we just kind of let into our lives without thinking. And the source we're looking at uses this brilliant metaphor: the Trojan horse. We see these attractive, shiny distractions, and we willingly pull them right inside our city walls. I mean, take endless scrolling. The lure is obvious. It's easy, it's entertaining. But the reality, as we all know deep down, is this feeling of delayed pain, of wasted time. We think we're getting a gift, but hidden inside are these really destructive consequences. This makes me think of that scene from The Matrix. Remember the woman in the red dress? She was literally programmed to be the ultimate distraction, to pull your focus for just a second so the real danger could get you. That's exactly what our modern distractions are. They are agents of our own stagnation, designed to trap us in place while our actual goals just slip right on by. So, okay, we've identified the forces keeping us still. But here's the cool part. Newton's law also gives us the solution. If inertia is the problem, then force is the answer. We have to become that external force. And that doesn't just start with action. It starts with a radical shift in your mindset. So look at this comparison. Every single day, you have a choice. You can follow the crowd, the 99% who are always seeking comfort, always chasing that cheap instant hit of pleasure. Or you can adopt what this source calls a warrior mentality. The warrior intentionally chooses difficulty. They learn to make toughness their new comfort zone because they know that is the only place where real growth ever happens. And listen, this isn't just about feeling tough or some motivational poster. It's an actual blueprint. First, you have to consciously defy what everyone else says is normal. Then, and this is a game changer, you start to get excited when things get hard. Why? Because you know that's the exact moment you're leaving the crowd behind. It's about swapping the paralysis of anxiety for the momentum of action, and bit by bit, fundamentally changing your own identity. Man, I love this quote. It just perfectly captures this idea of choosing your struggle. I mean, look, life is always going to throw challenges at you that can break you from the outside in. That's a given. But when you are the one who decides to apply force from the inside, when you choose discipline, when you choose the hard path, that's not an ending. That is the beginning of a whole new life. Think about your day. I mean, really think about it. Every single decision you make, no matter how tiny, puts you on one of these two paths. The first path feels great right now. It's easy, it's comfortable. But we all know where that road leads, to long-term pain and regret. The second path, yeah, it involves some pain now, the discomfort of a workout, the struggle of learning something new. But it leads to delayed and way more profound pleasure and satisfaction. But okay, there is a very modern enemy that stops most of us from ever even applying that initial force. And it's tricky because it actually disguises itself as productivity. It is the trap of information addiction. It's a crazy paradox, isn't it? We get addicted to learning about doing things instead of actually doing them. We watch one more YouTube video, read one more article, always hoping that the next one will have that magic secret that'll make it all easy. But all this information, it doesn't actually empower us. It just overwhelms us and paralyzes us. This story about two scientists illustrates this perfectly. You had Sir Francis Galton, a certified genius, off-the-charts IQ, but he jumped from field to field, mastering little bits of everything but never going deep on one thing. And then you had Charles Darwin, who considered himself to have a pretty average intellect, but he focused with this relentless diligence on one single theory. So, whose name do we all remember today? Exactly. It shows you that genius is absolutely useless without focus. So, what's the lesson here? It is so simple, but it is so important. Your brain is not built to chase 10 rabbits at once. You have to pick one thing, one skill, one project, one habit. Go deep instead of wide. That is how you apply enough concentrated force to actually create real change. But what if you don't know what that one thing is? The answer is actually pretty liberating. Stop thinking and just start doing. Any action, even the wrong action, gives you data. It gives you experience. Waiting around for the perfect plan is just the most common form of procrastination there is. You just have to throw the ball, see where it lands, and then adjust and throw it again. Your path becomes clear through action, not through analysis. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. Let's bring it right back to that simple law of motion we started with, because this right here is where everything finally clicks into place. See, here's the beautiful part. The law works both ways. The same force of inertia that makes it so hard to get started is the exact same force that will make it hard to stop once you're moving in a positive direction. Yes, that initial push is the hardest part by far, but once you build that positive momentum, it becomes your new normal. The resistance fades away, and staying in motion actually starts to feel effortless. Your comeback journey doesn't start with a giant leap. It starts with one small, deliberate application of force. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. So, the only question that really matters is this one. What is the first small, difficult step you will take to change your motion today? Because ultimately, your comeback isn't going to be a single dramatic event. It's going to be the invisible result of your new daily routine. And maybe that's the real secret. Your entire future isn't decided in some big moment down the road. No, it's being forged right now in the small, consistent forces you apply day after day until your new motion is so powerful that nothing can stop it.